give it up for Mr. James Regal.
My name's James. I'm an English Jew. Yeah. In 2025, I feel that's the worst variety of both those things. It's like, how colonial does one person want to be, you know? It's terrible. So I'm a Jew. I'm not Jewish. I'm not religious whatsoever. I do all the things you're not supposed to do as a Jew. I'm a really bad Jew. I've always been a bad Jew. When I was little, I was a bad Jew. I used to tell my friends, right, that instead of the tooth fairy, Jews have the foreskin fairy. Yeah, the foreskin, yeah. Terrible, right? I wouldn't stop there. I'd go into quite a lot of detail about it, you know? Say, I tell my little friends that after the circumcision, we take the piece of skin home with us, and then we put it under our pillows at night time. And in the morning, when we wake up, it's been magically replaced with the controlling stake of a media company. That's how it happens. It's a fun little joke about Jews liking money and all that kind of thing, which you all laughed at, which is obviously great. Because we do, the Jews, we do love money. Oh, we bloody love money, don't we? Look at it. Love money. Not like other religions like Christianity and Islam. They despise money. They hate it so much. You ever been to a church? God, they hate money in there. I went to a church. Honestly, I went recently, right? And I was sat on the pew, and at the end of the service, a bunch of people just started throwing their money on a plate, like, ugh, disgusting, and just passed it right down to me. And I was like, thanks very much. I'll have that. It's very nice. A lot of weird other stereotypes about, you know, they control the weather. Ooh. I get that in England, right? Like, that's a horrible thing. The weather there is shit. Okay, but anyone here, we live in Spain. We have about 300 days of sunshine a year, right? A thank you would be nice. It's funny that Jews get upset about the control the weather conspiracy thing. It's like, if we want to get that upset about it, why do we make our main guy famous for literally parting an entire ocean? Like, that feels like that might have been a bit of a mistake. Another one I heard recently, the Jews are turning people gay. Yeah, apparently. That one makes sense, actually, because my girlfriend of mine a few years ago, after we broke up, she became a lesbian. So I guess I have magical Jew powers. That's fun. No, you know, to be serious for a moment, like, there's a lot of damaging stereotypes about Jews, a lot of damaging stereotypes about a lot of different people, whether it's what they believe in or where they're from or their race or that kind of thing, right? And I have a lot of sympathy for Germans. Yeah, well, I know, because it's weird, because as an English Jew, they are my natural predator. But I spent a lot of time in Germany this year for work, and the loveliest people, lovely country, beautiful places, absolutely. I loved it so much. The only thing I couldn't get my head around was this horrible custom they have around water. So I don't know if you know this, if you go to a restaurant in Germany and you order a bottle of water, they bring you sparkling water. By default, right? You know. Yeah, and maybe think, that's not a big deal in a restaurant. You just, ask them, correct them, they bring still water. That's true. But if you're in a hotel room, it's 3 a.m, you're drunk as fuck, you wake up in the middle of the summer and you have the driest mouth known to man, and you're desperate for a drink, and you reach desperately for the complimentary bottle of hotel water, and you take a desperate swig of this water, and it's sparkling water. There is no worse feeling on earth. And I know that half of the room aren't with me, and maybe I haven't convinced you, but I just genuinely think that sparkling water is the worst thing Germans have ever done with gas. And it just... Cheers. Should we move on from that one? Never dated a Jewish girl before, never in my life. And I had a really bad breakup a couple of years ago, and I got divorced, but it's a bad breakup. And I thought, I want to try dating a Jewish woman, because maybe we'll find love and connect on this sort of ethnic, spiritual, deeper level, okay? So I thought, where am I going to find a Jewish girlfriend? So I went out and I joined a Jews-only dating app, okay? It's called J-Swipe, okay? I don't know why that's funny, that's the name of the app. And then, obviously, you'll be a bit careful because it's only Jews on there, right? So the security is quite tight on JSwipe to make sure that there's no non-Jews in there. For instance, JSwipe's the only dating app in the world where it's actually compulsory to send a dick pic, right? It's actually how you log in. You get your phone out, just go like that. It's called Jew factor authentication. It's very funny. So funny enough, I'll end on this. So that little dick pic joke, I'm glad you enjoyed that. That joke this year, I was at the Edinburgh Comedy Festival, biggest comedy festival in the world. That joke won Best Jewish Joke of the Edinburgh Festival. It did. I was very proud, and they took my picture with the award, and they wrote a little press release, and they sent it to all the Jewish newspapers in England. They did, and I mean the Jewish newspapers, not all the newspapers. And the Jewish Chronicle printed the story of me winning the joke, and they printed my joke. Now, but it has a rude word in it, because it says dick pic, doesn't it, in my joke? And they didn't want to print a rude word in the Jewish Chronicle. So they censored it, and they spelt it D space C-K. So once again, they've removed part of my dick without my permission. And I'm entering that one for next year's award. Thank you very much. You've been great. Thank you.